do a kind of a mellow flow. So it seems like a good mellow day for a mellow flow. So we're going to do a nice mellow flow to help support ourselves and support our immune system. So thank you for joining me, and let's get to it. So as always, if you have a mat, grab a mat. If not, no big deal. Just make sure you have something to pad your knees with, especially if you're on a hard floor. And if there's any props that you like to use in your own personal practice, go ahead and grab those. If not, no big deal, right? Okay, so from here, let's start. Let's lie down. And if it feels good tonight, bring your feet to the floor. Take your feet a little bit wider than your hips, maybe mat width apart, maybe a little bit less, and let your knees knock in towards each other. So this is a nice release for the lower back. So constructive rest pose. And then arms can be wherever they feel good. You can take them out away from the body. If it feels better to place them on the body, you can put one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, or, wherever you want to put your hands. Let your shoulders drop down. And if it feels good to you, you may close your eyes or soften your gaze. And give yourself a moment to tune in. Notice how you're feeling. Notice the flow of your breath. Every day is different. Every moment is different. And remembering that a big part of supporting our immune system is learning to support ourselves. And that means to listen to your body and maybe start to pick up on the cues that your body's giving you. Listen to what your body's telling you. Sometimes our body can be very loud when we need to slow down, when we need to rest. Sometimes it feels good to move a little bit more, and your body will let you know. So just notice how your body feels today. And then begin to notice the natural flow of your breath. And just like our bodies, our breath can be a great reminder of how we are feeling. It can show us how we are feeling. We can feel our breath. Just noticing, does your breath feel full? Does it feel a little shallow? Are you breathing? Just noticing. And then slowly, when you feel ready, you're going to exhale all of the air out. And let's inhale for a count of 4. So inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. And then exhale for a count of 8. So exhaling 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhaling for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pause. Inhaling again for 4, 3, 2, 1, and slow exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then returning to your natural breath. And taking a moment here, if you don't have your hands on your body, place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart if that feels okay to you. And just notice, for just a breath or two, notice where you feel the most movement of your breath. Not trying to control or fix anything, just noticing. And then letting that go, take your time, slowly bring your knees up into your chest. Hug your knees in, rock and roll around a little bit, massage out your lower back, make it feel good. And then coming back to center, take your arms out into a T and drop both of your knees over to the left, coming into your twist. Let your right shoulder melt down towards the floor. Make some space here, make it feel nice. And on your next inhale, take your time, slowly bring your knees back up to center. And then again, taking your time, if it feels good, drop your knees over to the right coming into your twist on the other side. Remember, in your yoga practice, you are in charge. Listen to your body. If you need to modify, skip, do anything, make sure that you're honoring yourself as you move. Because I'm here to give you some suggestions, but you're in charge. Really listen to yourself. Make sure you feel good about everything that you're doing. So on your inhale, take your time, bring your knees back to center. Hug your knees in. And from here, you can roll over onto one side and use your hands to come up. Or if you want to rock and roll a couple times, you can do that. Again, do what feels good here. And then we're going to come all the way up to seated. So finding a comfortable seat. Make sure you're grounding down through your sit bones, lengthening out to the crown of your head. And we're going to do seated circles here. So just circling the spine, just going one way, almost like you're stirring a pot. Or something else. I can't think of another analogy for this. So just keep going. Follow your breath. Notice how it feels. Notice if it feels good. Notice if it feels a little sticky. Notice. And these circles, they can be bigger. They can be smaller. Have some creative liberty here. Make it feel good for you. And then when you feel ready, switch and go the other way. So again, just noticing as you move. And then on your next inhale, coming back to center. And from here, we're going to do a seated cat-cow. So on your inhale, you're going to arch your spine, look up towards the sky, drop your shoulders down away from your ears. And as you exhale, drop your head round your spine. And then keep going. Inhaling, lengthening, exhaling, bowing in towards yourself. Let your breath initiate the movement. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, bowing in. And one more time, inhale and exhale. Inhaling, coming back to center. And let's make our way onto hands and knees. Remembering that our yoga postures can help support our immune systems as long as we're listening to our bodies and we feel really supported as we move. So no forcing, no straining. Just making sure everything feels right for you. So hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. We're going to cat-cow here a couple times. So on your inhale, you're going to arch your spine and look up. Exhale, rounding and dropping your head. And then just keep going again, following your breath, letting your breath initiate the movement. Remembering that taking this time to really feel your body, to move a little bit, to breathe, so good for your mental health, for your physical health. And it helps us to tune in with what we really need. So give yourself another breath or two as you move. And then on your next exhale, we're going to take it back into child's pose. So hips come back towards your heels, drop your head. Remember, you can modify this as well. You can stay up a little bit more. Be mindful of your knees and your hips. Give yourself a moment to ground down here. Feel your hips heavy. Feel the length in your spine. And if your forehead comes to the floor, it doesn't have to, but if it does come to the floor, you can gently rock your head side to side a little bit if that feels good, just massaging the forehead. And then on your next inhale, let's come forward and up, coming up into cat pose or cow pose, arching the spine and looking up. And then exhale, round back into cat and take it all the way back into child's pose. 2 more times like that. Inhaling into your cow, arching the spine, looking up. Exhale, rounding back into child's. And one more, inhaling. And exhale. Good. You can stay in child's pose here as we pause, or if you want to move into downward facing dog, tuck your toes, lift your knees up off the floor, press into both hands. So your option here is to stay in child's pose, or if you want to move into downward facing dog, go for it. Give yourself a couple breaths here. If you like to move around in your down dog, you can pedal out your feet or move around any little bit that you want to. A couple of breaths. Sure. Notice how you're feeling. Notice the flow of your breath. And then on your next inhale, take your time. You're going to slowly step your right foot forward between your hands. If it gets stuck, just help it along the way. From here, bring your back knee down to the floor. On your inhale, bring your both hands up to your top thigh, unless it feels too wobbly today, in which case keep both hands on the floor or blocks, okay? So either hands to the floor of the blocks or hands onto your thigh. Roll your shoulders back, open your heart up a little bit, take a couple breaths. Notice how this feels. Again, no forcing, no straining. Just want it to feel nice. And then exhale, both hands come down. Keep your left hand down, open your right arm up towards the sky. Couple of breaths. You can tuck your back toes under and pick up that back knee if that feels good. And then exhale, right hand comes down. Step your right foot back. We're going to go right back into your down dog or your child's pose. Give yourself a moment. And then same thing, side two. So take your time. On your next inhale, you're going to step your left foot forward between your hands. And again, bring that back knee down to the floor. Again, you can stay low or bring both hands up onto that front thigh. Lengthen your tailbone down. Open your heart up towards the sky. Take a breath. Enjoy the space you are creating. Feel your body. Exhale, both hands come down to the floor. Tuck those back toes under or stay. Keep that back knee down, sorry. Right hand comes down, left arm opens up and twist. Breathe. And then if you want to tuck your back toes under and lift your back knee up, you can. Long, deep breath. Or you can keep that back knee down if that feels more supportive to you. Remember, when we're supporting ourselves, when we're supporting our health, our immune system, we really want to listen to our body and do what feels good. Forcing, straining, stressing on our bodies, it's at this point not going to be as beneficial. So give yourself another breath, and then exhale. Left hand comes down. This time, step your right foot forward to meet your left. Come back into your fold. Couple of breaths here. Just allowing everything to slow down. If you want to bend your knees a little or lat, or if it feels good here, you can grab opposite elbows or forearms and just dangle. See if you can let your head be heavy if that feels okay on your neck and your back. Feel your feet grounding down into the floor. And then when you feel ready, if you've got something going on with your hands, let that go. Little bend in your knees, and on your next inhale, take your time, slowly roll yourself all the way up to stand, stacking your spine as you go. And inhale, reach your arms up overhead, opening up. On your exhale, bring your hands into your heart, sealing it in. Okay, so from here, take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. On your next inhale, plant your hands, step your left foot back, coming back into a lunge. Pause here on your inhale, lengthen your spine. And then on your exhale, we're going to straighten the front leg and fold. Take a breath here, deep inhale. Deep exhale. And then on your inhale, bend your front knee, come back into the lunge. And as you exhale, anchor down your back heel. So back heel is going to come down to the floor. We're going to come up into warrior two. Going right into it today. So feeling your feet, feeling the crown of your head, feel your whole body, feel your breath. Notice how you feel. And then on your inhale, straighten your front leg. You're going to parallel your feet. Bring both hands to your hips. Inhale, heart opens up towards the sky. And as you exhale, hinge forward, come into a fold. Hands can come down to the floor, to the block. Or they can just hang. Give yourself a couple of breaths here. On your inhale, come halfway up, flat back. Bring your hands onto your hips and come all the way back up. Okay, so from here, you're going to turn your right foot out again. Left heel's going to turn away a little bit. Come back into your warrior two. On your inhale, take your left hand back to your left leg. Reach your right arm up towards the sky. Lengthen out your right side. Proud warrior. Make some space. Make it feel nice. And then on your exhale, both hands come down to the floor. Let's step it back. We're going to go right back into our plank or our kneeling plank. If it feels better to you to skip this tonight, you can. You can go right back into your down dog or your child's pose. So on your exhale, lower down. Inhaling, coming up into just a little baby cobra. So keep your feet rooted. Maybe even pick your hands up off the floor. Feel your shoulder blades sliding down your back. And exhale, lower down. And inhale, maybe coming up a little higher this time or keep it low. So little baby cobra. Or if you want to keep your hands down this time, maybe press and open up a little bit more, you can. But again, listen to your body. What feels best in your body today? That's where you should be. Exhale, lower down. And one more. So either little baby cobra, medium-sized cobra, or big cobra, or somewhere in between. Take a breath. And then exhale, press it back into child's pose. Hips come back towards your heels. Long, deep breath. And then 2 times this time. Inhale, come up on your hands and knees. Arch your spine and look up. Cow pose. Exhale, take it back into child's pose. One more time like that. Inhaling, cow pose. Arching the spine. Exhaling, child's pose. Either staying in child's pose or choosing to move into downward facing dog by tucking your toes and lifting your knees. Take a breath. And then on your next inhale, take your time. You're going to step your right foot forward again. So same foot. Same foot's going to come forward between your hands. Bring your back knee down to the floor. Again, hands can stay low. They can come up onto your thigh, or you can bring them out like cactus arms. I'm going to let you choose. So do the one that feels best to you. But if you're in your cactus arms, take your shoulders down away from your ears. And we're going to move a little bit here. So inhale, you're going to open up. Like I'm pressing your hands back a little bit. And then exhale, rounding like cat pose. So rounding, bringing your forearms towards each other. Inhaling, opening up. Feeling your heart shining up towards the sky, and then exhaling, rounding, bowing in towards yourself. One more time like that. Inhaling, opening up, feeling that opening in your heart, and exhaling, feeling the rounding as you bow in. Inhale this time as you open, maybe stretch your arms up towards the sky, lengthening out, feeling the space in the spine. And then exhale, bring your hands into your heart. Okay, so from here we're going to twist. You're going to take your left elbow either to the inside of the left thigh, turn towards you a little bit so you can see, or all the way to the outside of the right thigh. So either to the inside of the right thigh or all the way to the outside of the right thigh. Take that right shoulder, roll it back so you feel lots of space in your collarbones. And again, pause here just for a moment. How does this feel in your body? Do you feel like you can breathe? If you can, good. If you don't feel like you can breathe, my advice is to back out of the twist a little bit and get to a point where you feel good, where you feel like you can hang out for a couple more breaths. If you want to tuck your back toes under and lift that back knee up off the floor, you can do that too, but only if it feels good. Long, deep breath. And then on your exhale, slowly release. Bring both hands down to the floor. From here, you're going to step your left foot forward to meet your right foot. Come back into your fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale, press into your feet. Come all the way back up. Reach your arms up overhead. And exhale, bring your hands into your heart. Feeling your breath, feeling your whole body. Okay, on your next inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, dive forward, come into your forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands and step your right foot back this time. Same thing, other side. Pause here. On your inhale, lengthen your spine, get long. And as you exhale, you're going to straighten your front leg. Doesn't have to come totally straight. Breathe here. On your next inhale, bend your front knee, come back into your lunge. You're going to anchor your back heel down, so back heel is going to come to the floor. Press into your feet. Use your legs, come all the way up. Warrior two. So left arm's reaching forward over your left leg, right arm's reaching back over your right leg. Feel the power of your legs pressing down into the earth. Feel the length of your spine. Notice any sensation. Just see if you can notice it. See if you can feel the feedback from your body in this shape. Give yourself another breath. And then on your inhale, straighten your front leg. You're going to parallel your feet. Bring both hands to your hips. Heart opens up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, hinge forward, come into your fold. So from here, hands can come down to the floor or the blocker. They can hang like last time. Or if you want to grab the outsides of your legs or even your big toes here, you can do that too. Do the one that feels best. Give yourself a couple breaths. Again, feel your feet grounding down. Feel the strength in your legs. On your next inhale, come about halfway up to a flat back. Bring your hands onto your hips and come all the way up. Okay, from here, you're going to turn your left foot out. Right heel is going to turn away a little bit. Come back into your warrior two. Take a breath here. Feel your feet grounding down. And as you inhale, take your right hand back to your right leg. Reach your left arm up towards the sky. Proud warrior. So you're getting really long here, making a lot of space. And then as you exhale, slowly cartwheel both hands down onto the floor. Step your left foot back. And again, we're going to go back into our plank or our kneeling plank, or you can always, of course, skip it. Some days it feels nice to skip. So on your exhale, if you're in your plank, you're going to lower down. Inhaling just one cobra this time, so choose. Do you want to stay little baby cobra? Do you want to go a little bit bigger? Notice what feels best in your body. Slide your shoulder blades down your back. Feel the length in your neck. And then as you exhale, press it back into child's pose. Hips come back towards your heels. Drop your head. Feel the space you are creating. Feel the energy you are creating in your body. Feel the flow of your breath. If you want to take a big sigh out, feels good to me right now. You can inhale, fill all the way up, and then open your mouth, big sigh out, let it go. And then do that again. Inhale, fill all the way up. Exhale, big sigh out, let it go. One more time, inhaling, filling all the way up. Exhaling, big sigh out, let it go. On your inhale, come forward on the hands and knees. Let's do a cow. Arch your spine, look up. Exhale, slide it back into child's pose. One more time, inhaling, coming forward into your cow. Hands and knees, arch your spine, look up. Exhale, hips come back towards your heels, dropping your head towards the floor, child's pose. Oh, let's do one more. Inhale, coming up. This feels better. Arch your spine and look up. Exhale, back into child's pose. Okay, so from here, you either stay, or if you want to tuck your toes and go right back into your downward facing dog, lifting your knees up, pressing into your hands, lengthening your feet, you can. But choose, again, the variation that feels best in your body today. We're not here to judge our bodies or tell them what they should be doing or how they should act. We're here to listen. It's like a beautiful conversation. And then on your next inhale, take your time. Slowly step your left foot forward between your hands. So same foot. Left foot's forward. Right knee is going to come down. And then, again, you can stay low. You can hang out in the lunge. Sometimes just hanging out in the lunge feels so nice. So listen to your body. You can bring your hands onto your thighs. Or if you want a cactus, You can cactus your arms, kind of like a goalpost or a cactus. On your inhale, you're going to arch your spine, look up towards the sky, open up. And as you exhale, round and bring your forearms towards each other. So inhaling, opening up. And exhaling, round, bring the forearms together. Do one more. Inhale, open up. And exhale, round. And this time, inhale as you open up. If it feels good, stretch your arms up towards the sky. Give yourself a breath. And then bring your hands into your heart. I'm going to turn toward you a little bit here again so you can see this. So from here, we're going to twist again. So you can bring your hands are at your heart. You're going to bring your right elbow either towards the inside of your left thigh. That might be plenty. Or if you want to take it all the way to the outside of that left thigh, you can do that too. But breathe here. Keep squaring your hips. Notice if that knee starts to knock in. See if you can move it back so it's right on top of your ankle. And then maybe if you want to tuck your back toes under and extend that back knee up off the floor, you can do that. And give yourself a couple breaths here. Again, while you're hanging out here, notice, can you breathe? It's the most important part. Can you breathe? Can you feel the length in your spine, the space in your collarbones, the space in your upper chest, upper back? If at any point it feels too much, always back out of it. Give yourself another breath. And then on your exhale, slowly bring both hands down to the floor. You're going to tuck your back toes under, step your right foot forward to meet your left. Come back into your fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale, press into your feet, come all the way up, reach your arms up overhead. Opening up. And exhale, hands come to heart. Sealing it in. I've got one more round of standing. So give yourself a moment here. Ground down through your feet. We'll switch sides. Ground down through your feet. Feel the length in your spine. And then on your inhale, this time you're going to bend your knees and sink your hips like you're sitting in a chair pose. But the chair, imagining, is way back towards the back of the mat. So you're sitting way back so you feel your heels get pretty heavy, but you can pick up your toes if you needed to. And then on your next exhale, you're going to dive forward, come into your forward fold, lengthen your spine as you inhale. And as you exhale, fold. Then on your inhale, step your left foot back. Take your time, bring your left knee down to the floor. Okay, again, stay low or start to come up. Lots of lunges today, you guys. Arms reach up, and then bring your arms out in front of you. Again, I'm going to turn towards you, but you can stay where you are. I just want you to be able to see. So from here, you're going to take your right arm on top of your left. You're going to cross the arms. You can hug here, bringing your hands to your shoulders. You can bring the backs of the hands towards each other, or you can bring the front of the hands towards each other. Again, no pushing, no straining. Listen to your shoulders. They will tell you when enough is enough. And remember, everybody's body is different. So just, listen to your body, send it some love, and try not to force it into a shape that it doesn't want to go into today. Give yourself a breath. And then if you want to move here, it's going to be a little different, but also the same. As you inhale, elbows are going to move up just a little bit. Lengthen your spine. Feel your tailbone lengthening down as you do that. And then as you exhale, we're going to round, bringing the forearms almost parallel to the floor. So as you inhale, opening up, and exhale, rounding. If the movement knocks you off balance, it's better. You can stay still too. You don't have to move. One more time. Inhaling, opening up. Exhale like a cat, rounding. And then this time as you inhale, if you want to unwind, reach your arms all the way up. And exhale. Both hands come to the floor. Tuck your back toes under. Extend that back knee off the floor. Anchor down your back heel and come right up into warrior two. Just for a moment here. Feel your feet grounding down. Feel the crown of your head reaching up. On your inhale, left hand's going to come back to the left leg. Reach your right arm up towards the sky. Opening up. Feeling your whole body, feeling your breath. And as you exhale, side angle pose. Take your elbow to your thigh for this one. And then before you do anything with that left arm, just bring your hand to your hip. Roll that left shoulder back and feel the right side of your chest, so the bottom side here. starting to roll up towards the sky. Good, and then you can stay here, or if you want a little bit of movement in this arm, you're going to take your left arm and just draw big circles up and around the body and over your head, up and around and over, like you're drawing a big rainbow. Feeling the movement, and lubricating the shoulder joints, increasing circulation. So good for everything. Switching, go the other way if you're circling. And then the next time your arm is up or up and over your ear, you can pause if that feels good. Or if it feels better to bring your hand back to your hip, you can do that too. Listen to your body. Feel your feet grounding down. Feel the length of your spine. Good. And then as you exhale, both hands are going to come down. And this time we're going to step it right back. Go right back into your child pose. So take your time, go right back. Hips go back towards your heels. And then on your inhale, we're going to rock forward, coming on the hands and knees, arching the spine for cow. Exhale, hips come back towards your heels for child's. So you can keep with this motion. We've been doing it through class. So you can keep with this, or if you want to add on, inhaling, arching the spine. Exhale, lowering down, only if you want to add on. Inhaling into a cobra. Exhale, taking it back into child's pose. Doing that 2 more times. Inhaling, coming forward, arching the spine. Exhale, lowering down. Only adding this part on if it feels good. Inhaling into a cobra. And exhaling back. One more. Right? One more. Inhale, going forward, arching the spine. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, sliding through into your cobra. And exhaling back. Child's pose. Again, feel the feedback from your body and choose. Do you want to stay or do you want to step back into your downward facing dog? Give yourself a breath. And then on your next inhale, take your time. You're going to slowly step your right foot forward. Follow it with your left. And come back into your fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press into your feet. Come all the way up. Reach your arms up overhead. And exhale, hands come to heart. All right, so from here, we're going to move into eagle on the right side. If I got this. On the right side. So you're going to slowly bend your knees and sink your hips, come into a chair. Now, while you're in your chair, take your arms out in front of you. And just like before, we're going to wrap the right arm on top of the left. So you can bring your hands to your elbow, shoulders. Bring your hands to your shoulders like a hug. You can bring the backs of the hands towards each other or the front of the hands. You can stay here. This may be plenty. Remember, take care of yourself. Or if it feels good to you and if it feels good in your body, you're going to shift your weight into your right foot. Left heel is going to pop up. See how that feels. If it feels okay, you're going to start to wrap your left leg on top of your right. You can bring your toe to the floor there, that left toe. You can let that left foot hang. Or if you want to wrap it all the way around, you can do that too. Eagle pose. Breathe. And remember, listen to your body. If balance is funky today, go to a wall or keep both feet on the floor. It's important to take care of yourself. Take a long, deep breath. And then on your next inhale, unwind, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands into your heart. All right, side 2. Here we go. Inhale, bend your knees, sink your hips, chair pose. Exhale, dive forward and fold. On your inhale, lengthen your spine, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands. You're going to step your right foot back this time and bring your right knee to the floor. If you got anything going on with your knees, you can do this whole thing with the knee up too, okay? So again, you can stay low, you can start to come up. If it feels okay, I'm going to turn toward you, see where you are. You take your arms out in front of you. This time, cross the left arm on top of the right. You can hug, same options, backs of the hands, front of the hands. Listen to your shoulders. Breathe. And your elbows and your wrists and anything else you got going on. So again, while you're here, we're trying not to take this into the low back. So you want to make sure that your your front foot and your back knee are at least hip width apart, the wide way, hip width apart. And you want to make sure you're lengthening your tailbone down. You've got some support in your low belly, so that way you don't take it into your low back. All right. So again, you can stay here, or if movement feels okay, you're going to inhale, lift the elbows just slightly, and then exhale, round like a cat. Inhale, opening up, lifting your heart up towards the sky. Exhale, rounding, bowing, embracing yourself. Inhale one more time, opening up, and exhale, round. Good. This time, inhale as you open up. If it feels okay, you can unwind your arms, reach your arms up towards the sky. And then exhale, both hands come down to the floor. Tuck your back toes under, anchor down your back heel, right into warrior two. So again, left arm's reaching forward over your left leg, right arm's reaching back. Make sure you feel nice and grounded through your feet. Take a long deep breath. And then on your inhale, take your right hand back to your right leg, reach your left arm up towards the sky, opening up. Feel yourself supported. Remember, when we are supported, then we can help our bodies. Then we can support our bodies. Then we can heal. And then as you exhale, we're going to come into side angle, that variation with the elbow on the thigh, and then bring your right hand to your right hip. So we're thinking about this lower side of the rib cage, the left side of the rib cage. Think about rolling it. You can even use your hands here if you want to. You can grab the left side of your rib cage and start to roll it up towards the sky. And breathe. Feel your feet rounding down. Feel the length in your spine. And then again, you can stay, or if you want to do that movement with your arm, we're going to draw big circles with the right arm up and around, like you're drawing a big rainbow in the sky, up and around, or you're drawing a big bubble around yourself, or something else if you want, like a shooting star over your head. I could keep going, but I'd run out of things. And then switch and go the other way. Up and around. Around. If you imagine something else here, let me know what it is. Come up with all sorts of imagery. And then on the next time that right arm is up and over your ear, or it's up towards the sky, pause if that feels good. And remember, you can always bring your hand back to your hip if that feels better. Notice, what does your body need today? How's your breath here? Are you breathing? Then on your inhale, press into your feet, come all the way back up, back in warrior two. And then exhale, press it back, or both hands come down to the floor, and then step it back right into your child's pose. So hips come back towards your heels, drop your head. And all together, one time, we're going to inhale, come forward onto hands and knees, arch the spine, look up. And exhale, take it back, child's pose. Again, you can stay with that movement. We've done it all through class, or if you want to add on, just like last time, inhale, we're going to arch the spine and look up. And exhale, lower down onto the belly. Inhaling into a cobra. And exhaling back into a child's pose. And then keep going, inhaling. Follow your breath. Exhaling to lower. Inhaling to a cobra. And exhaling back. I'm really digging this movement lately. So notice how this feels to you. Notice if there's any little places in the body, you can feel it. Notice how your breath responds. And then the next time you are back in your child's pose, pause. Give yourself a moment. And if you want to, you can transition one more time into your downward facing dog or hang out in child's pose. Long, deep breath. And then on your next inhale, take your time, slowly step your left foot forward. Follow it with your right. Come back into your fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press into your feet, come all the way up, reach your arms up overhead. Opening up. Exhale, hands come to heart. Sealing it in. All right, so eagle side two. Here we go. So again, I'm going to turn towards you, but you can stay where you are. You're going to bend your knees, sink your hips like chair, and then bring your arms out in front of you. This time, cross your left arm on top of your right. Same variations as last time. You can hug, bring the backs of the hands or the front of the hands. Take care of yourself here. And then shift your weight into your left foot. Maybe come onto the toe of that right foot. Maybe pause. This could be your eagle. This is beautiful, perfect eagle. If you want to, if it feels good in your body, cross your leg. Again, you can kickstand that foot on the floor. You can let it hang. You can wrap it around. Remembering that there's no variation of the pose that is the best variation that we all should be striving towards. I think what we should all be striving towards is the variation of the pose that feels stable, that feels good, that feels best in your body. So give yourself a breath here, like an eagle perched on your nest, ready to fly. And then on your next inhale, we're all going to fly together. You're going to unwind your arms, unwind your legs, reach your arms up overhead, like you're spreading your wings, and then exhale, hinge forward and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, plant your hands. We're going to step back. Go right back into your downward facing dog or your child's pose. Choose the one that feels best in your body and go there. If you want to flow one more time, if it feels good in your body, you're going to inhale and slide forward into a plank, or you can stay in your down dog or your child's pose. Exhale, lower down. Inhaling into a cobra, roll your shoulders back. Open up your heart. And exhale, press it all back. Down dog or child's pose. Take a breath. And then everybody, one more time, lower down onto your knees. If you're up, come into your child's pose. And then come to a seated position. So starting in just a comfortable seat, sit up really super tall, lengthen your spine. Bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart. Feel the flow of your breath. If it feels okay to close your eyes and soften your gaze just for a moment, feel that. And notice as you breathe here, as you pause, where do you feel your breath? Do you feel it more in the upper chest? Do you feel it in the belly? Is it a nice mixture of both? There's no right answer. There's no best answer here. Just notice. We're not striving for anything, just noticing. And then when you feel ready, release your hands, open your eyes. Let's come right onto our backs. So once you get on your back, no rush, you're going to bend your knees, bring your feet to the floor. And then from here, when you feel ready, you're going to make sure your feet are hip width apart. And if you reach down with your fingers, you might be able to tickle your heels. So they're in a little bit close towards you. But again, be mindful of your knees. From here, you're going to press into your feet, lift your hips, come up into your bridge. Lengthen your spine. Feel the space you are creating. Feel your inner thighs lift a little bit. Feel the feedback from your body. And then on your exhale, slowly release and lower down. Let your hips settle. Let your face be soft. How can you support yourself today? And then again, when you're ready, press into your feet, lift your hips, come back into your bridge. Is there anything you can do to support your body, to support your mind? How can you support yourself today? And then exhale, release, lower down. Remembering that the poses have lots of benefits. There's lots of benefits to the yoga poses. Circulation. I lost my words. So circulation, can help to pump the lymph through the body. It can help to, can't think of the word right now. I can't think of the word, but it can help your organs. Um, but the goal is, when you're ready, press into your feet, lift your hips, come back in, and one more bridge. The goal is to really listen to your body, because those benefits come, but they come with compassion. They come when we're not overdoing it. They come when we're really listening and making the choices, not only in our practice, but every day, to listen to the feedback from our body and to honor that. And then when you're ready, slowly lower all the way down. Detoxification. There it is. That's the word I was looking for. Detoxification. Okay, so take your feet mat width apart. Drop both of your knees over to the right, coming into a twist. And if it feels good here, you can take your left arm or both arms, either like cactus, or you can take them up and over your head. You're going to get a little bit more stretch in that left side body. And again, you can stay here, or you can take your right ankle and cross it over the left thigh. And breathe. Long, deep breaths. Feel the space you're creating, and notice how it feels. If you're feeling any pain or strain in the knees or hips, remember, you can always come out of it, modify, do what you need to do so it feels good for you. And then when you feel ready, we're going to come back to center. So if you've got that top ankle on top, unwind, knees come back to center, square off your hips, and then drop both knees over to the left, coming into your twist on the other side. Again, once you get there, give yourself a moment, assess the situation, notice how it feels. If you want to, again, take your arms out into a T, or bring that right arm or both arms up overhead, you can. And again, if it feels okay on your knees and your hips, if you want to take that left ankle and cross it over the right thigh, you can do that, but only if it feels good. Making some space. Long, deep breath. And then on your next inhale, you're going to unwind if you've got that top ankle on your knee, and then slowly bring your knees back to center. And then from here, you're going to slowly take your time, roll yourself. Either you can rock and roll if you want to, or roll over onto one side. We're going to come up to seated just for one or two poses. So find your way all the way up to seated. And then from here, let's just start sitting up really super tall. If you want to crisscross, you can, or if you have another comfortable seat, you can do that too. Sit up really super tall and take your right hand down to your right side. Take your left arm up and over. I do this pose a lot at the beginning of class, but I also enjoy how it feels at the end of class too, because we've just warmed everything up. We've made so much space. And so just notice how it feels here, rooting down through that right sit bone or left sit. I don't remember which way I told you guys to go. I'm really sorry. But rooting down through both of your sit bones. And then inhale, come all the way back up. We're going to switch sides. So opposite hand comes down, other arm comes up and over. Lengthen out. Feel the space you have created. Breathe into that left side or right side, whichever side is up in the sky. It's okay, we did both sides. Breathe into both of your sides. Inhale, come all the way back up. Good. And then from here, we're going to take both legs out wide into a V. Konasana. Sit up really super tall. Flex your toes up towards the sky. So options here. You can roll up something to sit on, especially if you feel like you can't ground down through your sit bones. And you can bend your knees a little or a lot if that feels better, okay? So modify, adjust as you need to. Sit up really super tall here, and this might be plenty. This might be good. Or if you want to start to walk yourself forward, coming into a fold here, you can do that, but only go down so far, again, that you feel like you can maintain the integrity of the pose, which means you're not really rounding into yourself a lot. You're trying to keep your spine pretty long, rounding down through your sit bones, rooting down through your legs, and breathing. Approaching the shape with compassion. Okay. Again, you're not forcing, there's no next level of bliss that you get to if your face gets all the way to the floor. It's just going for some space, creating space in the hips, in the inner thighs. Listening to your body, feeling the points of contact on the floor. Feeling anything that comes up. And allowing yourself to breathe here, just a couple of breaths. And then on your next inhale, take your time, slowly come all the way back up. You're going to use your hands, grab the outsides of your legs, bring your legs back together, and make your way right back onto your back. All right, notice what you need here. I'm going to give you a moment. If you want to, you can do a twist. You can take your arms out into a T, drop your knees over to one side or the other, just like we started class with. If you want a happy baby, instead, you can bend your knees, touch your feet or your ankles or your shins, and breathe here. If you want to do something else, if you have something else in your practice that you love to do, you can do that. But give yourself maybe a minute or two to do whatever you feel like you still need from your practice. Whatever your body's still craving. It doesn't even have to have a name. Maybe it's just a little, roll side to side or something else. But when you feel complete, when you feel ready, you're going to slowly make your way into your final relaxation. So extending your legs, extending your arms. Get comfortable. Since you're at home, you've got all kinds of things probably. You probably have pillows or blankets or sweatshirts. Get nice and cozy. I'm going to sit up, but you can lie down. Or if it feels better for you to sit up, you can always sit up too. Don't ever feel stuck. And when you're in your nice, comfy position, no rush, feel your whole body. See if you can notice any feedback from your body. See if you can notice the quality of your breath. How does your breath feel? And then one more time, you're going to slowly exhale all of the air out. And this time we're going to inhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause just for a moment at the bottom. Then again, inhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pausing at the top. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Inhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Notice the feeling of being full. And then exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Emptying all the air out. And then returning to your natural breath. Feeling the flow and the quality of the breath. And then begin to bring awareness into the body. Starting at the soles of the feet. Notice the soles of your feet, your toes, all 10 toes, the tops of your feet. And then see how deeply you can relax your right foot. See how deeply you can let go of your left foot. And then let that feeling of relaxation, that feeling of letting go, travel up into the legs, feeling your calves, feeling both of your knees, your right knee and your left knee, the space behind the knee, allowing that to travel up into your thighs, into your hips, feeling your whole right leg, and then your whole left leg. And allowing for that feeling of relaxation to continue to travel up into your belly, your navel, your solar plexus, feeling the low back, the mid back, and feeling that feeling of relaxation traveling up even further into the heart space, the upper back, feeling your shoulders, your left arm, your right arm, feeling your left hand, and all 5 fingers, feeling your right hand, and all 5 fingers. Feel both arms and see how deeply you can relax and let go of both arms. And then allow for that feeling of relaxation to move up into your neck, into your jaw, your face, the third eye, the area between your eyebrows, your forehead, top of the head, back of the head, feeling your whole body, releasing, relaxing, and letting go. I'm going to give you about a minute here of silence. I'm not leaving, so give yourself a minute just to be. Just be. And then slowly start to bring awareness back. Unless you have longer to stay, remember you can always stay longer and just tune me out. But if you're right at the 7 o'clock time, you're right there. So bring your awareness back into hands and feet, head and face, wiggling your fingers and your toes. And take your time, slowly rolling all the way over onto one side. And re-emerging into the world, press into your hands, come all the way back up to seated. And then bringing your hands into your heart, Anjali Mudra, bowing in towards yourself, honoring this body, honoring your practice. Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. Thank you all so much for joining me And please let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns. Otherwise, I will be here same time next week. Thank you.